Hey guys, it is Tyler here, back once again with another top 5 moments in Assassin's Creed. This time we are in Assassin's Creed Rogue, the second to last episode. Only Syndicate left after this. A very interesting game to have top 5 moments, as it is probably the shortest AAA main console campaign Assassin's Creed out there. It is surprising how many amazing moments happen in that campaign. So it was actually quite a tough top 5 list to do. So without further ado, let's get right into it. At number 5 is the Lisbon earthquake. So this is when Shay is still with the assassins and he heads to Lisbon and he finds his temple, grabs the artifact inside, and this is the first time we see a seismic temple that keeps the earth together. Now the assassins told Shay this is what you need to do. They've done it before. So he's like, okay, I'll go do it, and he sees the results of meddling with this first civilization temple. It causes a huge earthquake in Lisbon, and then after that you have this awesome running sequence of the city just collapsing, especially since, it's not a city of free running here. So to see how long you're just running through this city, sure it is quite a linear course of it, but it's still cool, the expansive city they built just for one mission, similar to, I guess, Assassin's Creed 2 did with Rome at the end of the game, where you had just the Vatican section. And then Shay, of course, is very upset that the assassins must have known what happened, since it already happened in Haiti, and he realizes now he caused all this death and destruction because the assassins told him to. At number 4 is assassinating Adewale. Of course, Adewale is your first mate on Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag on your Jackdaw with Edward Kenway. So already a character we're familiar with, and we also played as him in Freedom Cry DLC in Assassin's Creed 4. So a very familiar character for the franchise. So to see him at his old age as a master assassin, where you have to kill him, is very, I don't know, bittersweet in a way, I guess you could say. It is sad. The interesting thing to me about this scene, actually, is when you're kind of sneaking up on Adewale, you get to hear dialogue between Haytham and Adewale himself. And the interesting thing is, of course, Adewale's best friend was Edward, Haytham's father, and now Haytham is a Templar and all this sort of shit. So it's very, very interesting to see that dialogue, and a cool little payoff moment for that. Something I never thought I'd get to see. Characters that are in Edward's game meet, his son that's in the future games, or in the past games. Jesus Christ, the chronological order's just all out of whack here. And of course you get to see Shay kill him, and then you have this moment of Adewale calling him a monster and everything. So it's very interesting, and a lot of layers to the scene in terms of Adewale himself as a character, then Haytham, but also of course our main character Shay thrown in there, who was once an assassin, now turned Templar and assassin hunter. So super interesting. At number 3 is assassinating Charles Dorian. That's Arno Dorian, our Assassin's Creed Unity protagonist's father. So it's actually interesting to see how these games came out on the same day, but to actually see that they connected, not directly in terms of one affects the other in a huge way, but the start of Assassin's Creed Unity is the end of Rogue. You play Rogue first and you kill this guy and you take a precursor box or some shit off Charles, and then you walk off. And if you just played Rogue first, you're like, oh, that was an interesting scene. You go to Paris, now let's play Unity, and the whole thing makes sense, So it's an interesting scene to happen, though it does make you think, in Unity's case, why, oh why in the world didn't we get to interact with Shay or kill Shay and make that have some sort of effect anymore? So it makes me question that overall, but at the same time it doesn't change the fact that this is a very cool moment, and the way it pays off, especially since you're flashing forward several times throughout the game to being in Paris and then heading to Versailles later, of course, where this all happens. In the end, killing Charles, and then you have this nice speech from Shay and who he is as a Templar, etc., etc. You even have a Connor mention in there as well. So, very cool moment for the game. At number 2, the Templars defeat the assassins. So it's all come to a head here with Achilles and his assassins, and they're still trying to interact with these Seismic temples that Shay's turned against them for. And in the end, Shay comes face to face with them alongside Haytham, and you have this epic battle with the assassins and kill them, and it's all like, wow, Very cool, pretty interesting ending. But the real cool part to this isn't just simply this is the game, Shay kills assassins and in the end he wins. This actually totally fills in all the gaps between 4 and 3, because we know when we play Assassin's Creed 3 that Haytham arrives in America, and then quite a few years is skipped. Then you play as Connor, and then it's like 20 years later, and at that point Haytham and the Templars are reigning over America in their own way. In terms of the Assassins-Templar War, there are no assassins left, there's just an old man Achilles. So you know that the Templars and Haytham hunted down all the assassins, but you didn't see what happened and who these assassins were. Here you get to see Achilles in his prime as an assassin alongside all his proteges and assassin trainees, and you see and experience Shay's storyline and how he and Haytham hunted down and killed all the assassins, but also, as you saw, Haytham shot Achilles in the leg, and that's why Achilles got a limb. So it just totally links it all together, though of course Shay wasn't written in at that point of Assassin's Creed 3, so he's not mentioned, but still a great moment. At number 1, Shay betrays the assassins. Now, of course, some may say the assassins betrayed him in the first place, but at the end of the day, it's the scene that comes to a head where Shay turns against them and leaves the assassins for good. It is a super emotional scene, and a scene that I've always wanted at some point in an Assassin's Creed game, just to play as an assassin that turns against them, that sides with the Templars, and that has conflict. And it's a game where you definitely saw conflict throughout it, where you're asking yourself who are the good guys, especially when people that you think would understand you and agree with you, your friends, and they side with the mentor Achilles, and you're like, well, fuck this, fuck all of the assassins, they are all dead. I know that's what I thought at some point. And it was just all due to, of course, the seismic temples and the earthquake in Lisbon. So it was definitely an emotional moment, and you saw the conflict in Shay and how he had to make the choice. And as a player playing it, I was like, yeah, I agree. This needs to happen. You can't let the assassins cause this sort of destruction around the world like they did in Haiti and now in Lisbon. So they've got to be stopped. So you go up and steal the manuscript, and then the assassins catch you, of course. Achilles tackles you through a window, and then you escape, but not before you get shot as well. So that completely turns you against the assassins, but you're not yet a Templar, so then of course you go on your journey becoming a Templar, and then hunting down the assassins after that. But it's such an amazing scene to see, finally getting to see a moment where an assassin's in conflict and must turn against his brothers. So guys, that is my top 5 moments in Assassin's Creed Rogue. Let me know your top 5 moments in the comments below. I always like seeing those. And let me know, of course, what you think of the video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I will be back very soon with more videos, and next week with top 5 moments in Assassin's Creed Syndicate to finish off this top 5 moments series that I hope you have all thoroughly enjoyed. I've thoroughly enjoyed making them. So guys, I will see you next time.